G'day punters, welcome to the Deep Dive powered by puntingform.com.au, Australia's #1 horse racing database. Everyone at the mailbag uses it, and coincidentally, everyone at the mailbag wins. We are winners. It's not just because Peter's Peter and Jack's Jack. No, we're assisted heavily by puntingform.com.au. All you got to do is go to the website, sign up, you can get it too. So do yourself a favour, head to the puntingform.com.au and give it a try. Peter, how are you, my man?
Yeah, good. Just started December in a blaze of glory. Off the track, that is, not on the track. It's Christmas party season.
You do sound a little bit congested.
No, I'm not congested. My liver's probably telling me something.
What was her name?
No, my liver. Not, yeah.
Sorry.
Not Olivia. Yeah.
Shout out though if you're watching, Liv.
I think we probably know more than anyone that it's a difficult time of year because we don't, our Christmas party would be, somewhere in Melbourne, but we're obviously different parts of the country and we don't have jobs otherwise. So I'm just tagging on to other people's Christmas parties at the moment. It's good fun.
Yeah, well, even if we were completely minted, Governor McGowan wouldn't allow us in, or you out. So we'll look to have a little gathering this week for the Victorian lads, but then we'll have a big session up on the Gold Coast because we're heading up for the Magic Millions to buy some fast horses, hopefully. But yeah, it's actually daunting just as a Victorian and a dad not living in the city anymore. I'm going to need somehow to make sure I leave at a time.
Yep.
Because we know what happened last time, that I didn't have a bedtime. Anyway, that was when you were back at the...
Yeah, I can't remember.
That was when you were back at the penthouse with the trader Matt, who's not the same as the Traders Matt, which is a brand new show at the mailbag.com.au, which is providing one-from-one winning betting advice on the cricket. So we're just relentlessly pumping out winning content. I'm 3-0 as we speak in the NFL, coming off a 5-0 week last week. So a lot of free, good information. So subscribe to the YouTube, which is probably how you're consuming this. You probably already have, so don't worry about that.
Wonderful.
Peter, Flemington, glorious Flemington meeting. The rail was in the true. The track race, I thought pretty fairly. I thought there was, to the eye, I didn't want to be sort of back and wide. I wanted to be up and thereabouts, not necessarily up and in, but just up, sort of midfield or better. I thought certainly in the early races, but there was a really filthy split of distances to not give you any clarity of a track pattern till sort of the death, right, as a punter on the day. But in the early races around the circle, I sort of had a gut feel, and I said to Jacko, I reckon some of those get-back run-ons there were entitled to finish a little bit closer than they did. Skimming the data, what does it tell you?
Basically, no wider than lane 7 in the straight, and no winner came from further back than 7th in run, and that was Brasada who got that inside run for Ollie there in race 2. So, yeah, that pretty much matches up with what you're saying there.
Yeah, and sort of as is often the case, the straight races heavily favour the on-pace horses. Yep. While I'm at it, Benny Allen, I believe it was, did he ride Maliva? Because it was an absolute peach, and I think there was 9 winners on the day. Jackson and I, and Will. To his full credit to Will, we backed 5 of them. Maliva wasn't one of them, and I thought Ben Allen's ride here on this horse, Maliva, was the ride of the day. This is a horse that you're very much entitled to map it sort of back third. Last start it was 9th of 14. It's sort of there. It's shown speed, but it doesn't always show the speed. You know what I mean? And there was definitely going to be no sort of inquiry by the stewards if it wasn't sort of where it was in run. And I thought his intent early won in the race, and full credit to Ben Allen. Great ride.
Just got to use that gate. Inside draws. They just love them, don't they?
Yeah. Yep. The 2-year-olds to kick off the card, I reckon...
The Greg Miles Trophy.
It's going to sound trumpety, but I'll tell you, if we were there, I reckon this was a complete and utter fill-up. Off the TV, I saw this thing walk. It was a big, gross bit of sprinter, This is a 1,100-metre race, so I don't care at all for the shape of it. And it just, the walk was a powerful beast of a walk. the other good parader off the TV for me, and Jackson confirmed like on track, was number 3 Kamiko, who was given none by Luke Curry and can be followed, I think, with some level of confidence. It's regressed massively off its previous figure, but that damage is done because it went so slow.
Yeah.
So despite jumping with them all, he was still last essentially in run, which is only 2 or 3 lengths off the lead, but he was held up. Complete forgive Kamiko. I think that Stupendo's a nice horse, though. Big conditioned horse,
Yep.
Suited. And maybe Danny's back, and he's Bob Peters, your mate, certainly thinks he is. He's gifted him a pretty nice horse, which is interesting. There must be so much politics at play because the Grant and Alana Williams stable are coming here, but they're not getting his horses. Controversy.
Yeah, no one knows. We're just waiting to see what happens there in WA over the next few weeks. There's still the Perth Cup to go, and we'll see if they line up with the winner there.
I thought Fluorescent Star was a pretty nice win, Peter.
Yep, definitely. Great ride, Dean Holland as well.
He's one of like the riders who's sustained a real improvement in overall performance, in my opinion, and literally, genuinely, full credit to Dean. Also, full credit to the track. No, just to say full credit. He's riding well. This horse is flying, though, wouldn't you say?
Yeah. I mean, it was just strong through the line, wasn't it? It looked like it was just going through its gears. It just kept finding. But he didn't get, as you said before, he didn't let him get too far back. He settled 5th there in the run. If he settles that extra pair further back, he doesn't win.
We backed this horse, and the whole way in run, you were very, very happy with where you were in run. Sort of like if the horse is good enough, it's winning, because he's put this horse in the slot. Out of this race, I didn't think there's a lot of other stuff to talk about, to be honest.
No, I mean, there were big sexy splits on the way home by Vespertine, but I don't think anyone would have missed that at all.
Yeah. Outside of that, though, not much.
Yeah. I
think Vespertine the obvious, but Vespertine overbet next start, unfortunately.
Yep.
Race 4, we'll just skip straight through them real quick.
Yeah.
This is the biggest performance of the day. See what you think. Credit goes to Matt Williams here. This is a really nice training performance. He's consistently improved his horse's preparation, and it's increased its overall figures as it got up in trip. This is the first time it's seen 2,500, and it really loved it. A big benchmark figure, a race I wouldn't trust at all, though, moving forward. Wellsford's a horse like we had a huge bet at to win a Cranbourne Maiden, maybe like this time last year. Constantinople, like there's like six of them, and 5 of them are no good. So, it was backed, which is scary all the same. But I think it's a really, really stinky race, and
such a strange race, isn't it? I mean, Constantinople has done 2/5 of fuck all and jack shit in between since being in Australia.
Yeah,
and here it is being backed at what, 60s, 70s, 80s, down to $26, and they've gapped third. Like, what does this even mean?
Right, but completely gap third.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm not gonna bullshit you. It's weird. The next race, just chaos, absolute chaos. I don't read the Stewart Report because I don't want to torture myself. You can follow Sunfall. I thought it was a really, really nice performance considering the start. Some really good closing sectionals when not suited. Dubai Knights and Luke Nolan, holy fuck! Like, you beat 8.5 lengths, and you seem just intent on fucking Alana Kelly. That came out wrong.
Yep. Play on.
Ruining Alana Kelly's chances of winning on Arran Bay. The little mini cock-off they had there for the first 600 metres of the race gave both horses none. Just frustrating watch. Dumb riding. Full credit to Arran Bay. I did like the horse. I did back the horse, but I thought, to be beaten 1 length when you look at horses like Dubai Knights and the other horse was Butter Blonde, who's got some form, which sat inside of him. Like, it was beaten 6 lengths. I think full credit Arran Bay, really nice performance. A horse that probably goes away now, I'd say. That's 4th run maybe this prep. 2 nice wins in Adelaide, came to Victoria. I wouldn't be surprised if Stokes eases up on it. And when it comes back next preparation, it's going to be a horse we're going to look to be with a lot. Secret Glamour good, but it suited in those inside lanes, I thought, Pete. And Philadelphia Storm, just a really nice ride by Zach Spain. He's capable of pretty good rides, I reckon, young Zach.
Nice. We have race 6, very slow. So it went from very fast tempo, very slow tempo here. Just farcical, this 11.5 lengths slow to the 600.
Dream set up too for Matty Cartwright, who can get them wrong, but just to be sitting behind the greatest of all time, like you wouldn't be thinking much, would you?
Mm.
Like how good would that be as a rider to just follow Damien around and just see if your horse is good enough at the finish? I didn't like Bermudez back and trip. It's regressed enormously, but it ran a huge PB the previous start. I reckon they don't know what to do with this horse. It makes no sense. The preparation, the figures make no sense. And they're normally a stable that's reasonably consistent.
Yep.
So, hard to read. Outside of that, I don't think there's a lot to learn in this race. The figure's disgusting.
Yeah.
And you can forgive anything if you like it. That was worse than midfield here, but still.
And then race 7 we touched on before with Milliver. Just shout out to Will Clarkin and the real trader Matt, who was one of the early horses that he had. I think might have been his first in Parsifal. Parsifal's gone back towards, near his best, but still very slow tempo. Difficult getting too much of a read through this, but certainly those horses on speed you want to be with down the straight, especially.
I think nice performance Parsifal. Like if you owned it, you're pretty happy.
Yeah.
Rock Profit, probably the run of the race, but how often have I said that? It's a non-winner. Well, it's a winner, but it's an expensive horse to follow. Caprico, not suited too far back, was pretty good. Was as good as Halvorsen. Just tactically, just that lack of intent from, say, those two, it gives them up here. They just can't compete.
Yep.
Prezado was a pretty big concern, I thought, the way it finished off. Same with Sartorial Splendor.
Okay.
But Sartorial Splendor's sort of that horse, isn't it, where there's 3 of it and 2 of it are no good. It'll be a day that it just won't stop. So.
Yep.
Good luck trying to figure out which is which, guys. Race 8, Pete, what was it?
Linda.
This is where Jackson just said, "Hey, we've had a pretty good day. Let's make it a complete fatty." God bless you, Linda. What a ride. What a woman. This horse has gently increased its overall benchmark figure its last few starts. Absolute credit Matthew Dale, who has improved the horse off the Hayes camp, which isn't easy to do. You look back on this punting form, 5.4 negative. These are all negative numbers, which are good on puntingform.com.au. 5.4, 5.9, 4.2, 6.3, 7.6. Outstanding training performance, Matthew Dale. Elite ride, Linda. What a woman. Seriously, just rate it to perfection. And if that cat, Mr. Cancun, had jumped out of the ground and knocked us off, I would have been thrown up. But that horse actually is flying for Uncle Lindsay. So credit Lindsay. But I think outside of that, pretty big gap in them here. A nice overall figure. These are all sort of numbery. If you get the right price, if they miss one back in grade to a weaker race, you might be able to get something out of it. But outside of that, so sign of your series was good. But do you really want to be with that next start?
Yeah.
I mean, the McAvoy camp up in grade, up in trip, 2,000 plus is scary behaviour for them, in my opinion.
Yeah, as you said though, the splits. If you want to see perfect splits there by a leader, just get the raw split times from the 12 to the 10, 10 to the 8, 8 to the 6, 6 to the 4.
11.92, the 12 to the 10. 11.72, 10 to the 8, slightly increased, gets them all off the bit. 11.80, basically the same. 11.56 from the 6 to the 4. They're really off the bit now and chasing.
And the best part is you have a look at the splits in the race. 16th fastest for the 12 to the 10, 13th fastest 10 to the 8, 14th fastest 8 to the 6, 10th fastest 6 to the 4, then the 4th fastest of the race, the 4 to the 2. That's where she's really just put a space on them, held on to the 7th fastest, 200 to the finish. Outstanding front-running riding.
And personally, the horse's slowest section was the final 200 metres.
Yeah.
Because she got everything off the bit. Great riding. The ride of the day. Benny Allen, great ride, Maliva. But this is the ride of the day. Full credit to Linda Meach, superstar. And then Joshy Richards and Kieran Marr and Dave Oostis brought us home, and Jacko brought us home with another bet, another winner. 5 winners from 9 races. Full credit to us. We're back. We're 24 units up for December. Merry Christmas. We lost 24 in November. We're just about back. Really nice performance this horse, and backed too, wasn't it?
Yep.
I thought outside of that, Numbery, Albert gone. It'll be on English digital sale pretty shortly. What do you want me to say?
Just wait till you see them line up next time. You can't really, big capacity fields. You just have to take them one at a time, don't you?
Yeah. Charlton Joe's a horse with a good turn of foot. Backed to win a race at fucking Kyneton once and didn't win there, but here it was, almost winning at headquarters. So, yeah.
But before we jump off, the week ahead's pretty much the week ahead, or the week previous.
Just to be accountable, captain's picks, 6 units out, 0 back. I had a complete strip, and I apologise to anyone and everyone who was on board. Overall, we're just in front, and I'll bounce back next week. Yeah. I'll be leaning a little bit heavier on Peter for some more. I sort of let him off the hook, and I'm not going to do that next week.
Which is great timing for you, because I'm basically tools down.
That might be a good thing.
It might be a good thing. I'll probably be doing about 2 races worth of form a week, and that'll be it. Sorry, that's probably an over-exaggeration. 1 race of form a week. We don't want to get too excited. There's plenty going on in WA. We have to celebrate. Have to have a little bit of time off. But you've got, Sandown Wednesday, Valley Friday, Flemington Saturday. It's the same week. So how good's this?
It's glorious. It's absolutely glorious. Beautiful sunny day here today. The NFT clone vials have been released. Curly's up and about. The boys up and about. I'm 3-0 in the NFL. G-Hall tomorrow. Life's good. We will win this week. If you haven't bet with us before, I promise we'll win this week. I almost guarantee it.
I mean, it doesn't really mean anything you're saying that, but...
I feel so confident about this week.
It's a good week ahead, I'll put it that way.
Put it this way. All right, I've won... Jackson and I have won for so long, and I've won for the whole career. Lenny, beautiful little Len, you know what happened last night, Peter?
She threw up on you?
No, she had her first night in her own room.
Oh.
Imagine how much better I'm going to be with more sleep. Like actual sleep. I'm still in there, but I won't be woken up constantly by her making noises. So excited.
Christmas is here.
Bye for now.